Hello, welcome back to another video. So today we will see how we can render API data in form of tables in our React app. So for this, we would be taking help of Axios, which would be helping us in API calling, and we would also be taking help of Bootstrap tables. So in the VS Code, you can go on ahead and install Axios and Bootstrap. With the commands npm install Axios and npm install Bootstrap. I have already done that. And in your index.html file, you have got to copy the CSS of the Bootstrap so that the Bootstrap CSS modifications will work. So they have this CSS link in their documentation. You can go ahead and look after it. You will get it in the getting started uh, column. So yeah, let's get started. Inside the source folder of our application, we will be creating a file, uh, table.js, and we will be saving it. And in our app.js, we would be calling that. So table. So this will import also. Yeah, let's go to our browser to see if we are getting it. Yes. So right now what we will do is we will be calling our API to get the data in our table component. So I'll be using JSON placeholder API. So let me copy this one. So I'll be fetching the data. It has somewhere around 200 posts, I guess. So I would be fetching that and we would be displaying it in the form of a table. So let's go ahead and do it. Now let's head over to our table component. So inside our function, what I will do is first I will be having a variable posts where I'll be setting the data that we will be getting from our API with the help of use state hook. So as you can see, it got imported. After this, we would be calling our API inside our use effect. So use effect gets called when the app is first loaded. So we want to call the API just once. So we are just giving an empty dependency array. Now you can write the API call directly inside the use effect. I will have a function here. So the best part of writing a function is you can also call the function upon a button click or something like that. So I'll go ahead and write the function that is fetch data, and I'll be using the async await method. So I'll declare this function as asynchronous, and then let's go ahead and call our API. So we will be using try and catch block. So inside the try block, we will be calling the API, and inside the catch, we would be catching our error. So I'm just writing the catch block first, and then let's write our try block. So we would be getting our response in the res, and then I'll do as I have written asynchronous. So I'll await for my response, and then axios.get, and I'll paste that API which I copied from there. And then here what we will do is in the next line we will see what our response would be. So console.log response, and I'll save it. So you can see that Axios and use effect are not like imported. So first I will do use effect. We will import it here, and we will import Axios and then save it again, and go to our component, go to our application, and you can see we are getting the data. So this is the whole response. So inside the response data, we can see we are getting an array of 200. So if we are getting an array, what we can do is write a map function and map through every object in this array. So you can see this is the value of the 0th object, We have got ID, title, user ID, also a boolean that is completed. So how do we display all of this information in the form of a table? We will go on ahead and see this. So we have now seen how the data is being rendered. So let me go ahead and set the data. So I have done console.log. In the posts, I will set it as res.data because in the data part we are getting the data, and then save it. Now let's go ahead to our Bootstrap documentation and see how we can write tables. So they have given different form of tables. You can choose whatever you like. I just want to see this one. This one looks good enough. So I'll go ahead and copy this. So let me just go ahead and copy this one. I'll do Control C, and in the table part we'll come here, remove this, and I'll do a Control V. So let me just fix the indentations. Yeah, tab. Now inside this we will see, now this is the head part where we will write what do we want to display in the header. So in our case ID, and let's write what do we want to display? User ID. User ID was there, and lastly let's write title, and let's remove this. So now we have got kind of like 200 data. So of course we will not be manually typing it in our body. What we will do is we will just have one and then we will map through. So I'll be removing all this because I would not need them. I will just need this much, and in our T body I'll be writing the map function. So it would be something like posts. We will map through posts, index, and then we will be having value, and we would be returning. So what we would be returning now, this part, Control X, would be here. Yeah, and now I will remove this one. So you can see there is all these are kind of like headings, and there is one DH scope row. So I will just remove this one, and let's go on ahead and kind of like display whatever we want to display here. So for the first one I want to display posts. So inside the posts we have got, so in the value we would be getting our, if we look at our response, so in the value we will be getting 0, 1, 2, 3. So what we will do is, so we will be traversing posts, and to get that 0, 1, 2, 3 we would write value, and after that, as our first one was ID, I'll just do ID, and then I'll copy this and I'll paste it upon this too. Okay, and this one will be user ID, and the one down below would be title. So as I'm mapping through, we'll be having a key. Now suppose this key can be value as it is unique. So I have saved it. Now let's go ahead and look. So yeah, you can see that this is how the table looks like. You have got a very nice header, and then you have got the ID, the user ID, the titles, and it goes way to 200. So yeah, this is how you can show your data coming from the API in the form of a table. And you can use Bootstrap to do that, or you can also like normally do it upon the HTML CSS. You can also add some styling howsoever you like. So yeah, this would be it for today's video. I'll see you in the next one. Thank you for watching.